It is the Riot Podcast. This is the Friday, November 17th edition. You know what that means. Christmas time is here. The Radio U Christmas channel just launched. Not only is it Radio U Christmas music, but since you're listening to this podcast, maybe what you really like about Radio U is the DJs. Well, guess what? We're on there. Isaiah, you and I tell a few Christmas tales. Also, Nene, Sydney, Tyler, we know him as Big Country on the show. JR and Lex. The whole gang. So check out the Radio U Christmas channel streaming throughout the Christmas season at RadioU.com on the free Radio U app, Roku channel, and with our Alexa skill. Good podcast today, eh?
Yeah, great podcast. Today on the show, we talk about probably the most surprising news Snoop Dogg has put out yet, as well as why Cougars are back, baby.
2024, the year of the Cougar.
As well as some conspiracy theories about why orcas are taking down many boaters.
Yeah, that was fascinating. You taught me a lot on that.
Sounds like a typical day.
And it sounds like we need to gear up for battle. Enjoy the show. Have a good weekend. And we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
From none other than Snoop Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg. He announced, I'll give you the quote here. He says, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time. Signed, Snoop Dogg.
So he's talking about weed, smoking weed.
It sounds like it. It sounds like smoke altogether, but I mean, yeah, he's known for
That's like his whole thing.
smoking the devil's lettuce.
That's like his whole shtick.
It is. It's a big part of his personality, and he may be giving that up. Now, of course, many people find this hard to believe. I like this one comment where producer Josh says, "What Super Bowl commercial is this leading to?"
True.
Doesn't it feel? I do. I'm instantly skeptical as well because here's what makes me skeptical. Please respect my privacy at this time. Why would people need to respect your privacy if you're actually giving up smoking? What would that have to do with anything?
Well, maybe people are going to come for him online.
No, that's just how you close out
Any kind of public statement.
Yeah, goofy public statement that is not actually real.
No, everybody says that. All celebrities say that when they're doing weird things.
So you believe him?
I partially believe him.
You think he's given up?
I think it must be like some sort of health thing, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, how old do you think Snoop Dogg is?
He's 52 years old.
Yeah, but he doesn't look that, does he?
I'm up with my Snoop Dogg knowledge.
I would have guessed 60s.
See,
He does not look like a good 52.
I thought the same thing. I thought he might be late 50s probably.
Yeah.
But I knew that he was 52. He also has 3 kids.
Uh-huh.
Their ages, 29, 26, 25.
Okay.
Kids getting up there.
It means grandkids.
Grandkids possibly on the way.
Uh-huh. He's got to make sure.
Maybe he's making some lifestyle changes.
Yeah. I mean, you hope. You hope, right? You hope that this is sincere, that maybe this is for his health. He's trying to get it on track. But it also feels like it might just be a lead up to an announcement about an edibles brand he's coming out with. You know?
I think that he can still do all of his branding stuff while not actually doing it himself.
How could he get away with that?
What do you mean? He's like the centerpiece of smoking. Like you would think, I mean, he's done his time. He's done his part.
Yeah.
He has the credibility. No one's going to question that. And so he can still have all of his branding deals and whatnot. And he doesn't have to do it. He's 52 years old. He's a grown man. If he wanted to keep on doing it, that's his choice. But also, at this point, he's earned his cred.
Okay, but think about this then, too, right? If he wants to keep playing up the pothead persona, and still keep marketing off of that, why announce this then? Then just don't smoke and keep that secret, because this is going to call things into question. Just don't smoke. And that'd be lying, but this is really lying if he's
Well, maybe he wants to be upfront with everybody. He doesn't want to be a poser.
But it's going to keep marketing
Snoop
it.
isn't a poser, man. He's no poser.
I hate to be skeptical. I like taking people at their word. I like to be, but I don't trust Snoop Dogg on this one.
So when are you going to come back? When are you going to stand up here as a man and come back and...
Yeah, how long does he have to go without smoking?
Yeah, for you to come out here.
Some rug pull announcement
Yeah.
that actually I'm giving up smoke because I'm putting out new pop brownies. I don't know how long that will
Maybe
take.
after the Super Bowl, we'll do a reclamation.
Yeah.
That's what, 2 months from now?
Mark it on the calendar.
2
After
months
the
from
Super
now, we'll
Bowl,
circle back.
If he hasn't rescinded this, I will eat my hat.
I'll stand up here as a man. You'll apologize to Snoop Dogg.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
Bumble has put out their annual dating trends forecast. So predicting what's going to be happening in dating in 2024. And this is a shocker. To me, anyways. Bumble predicts that in 2024, expect it to be the year of the cougar.
Well. How the turntables...
The turntables have turned.
Yes, they
The year
have.
of the cougar.
Yeah. Of course, alluding to the idea that that more older women will date younger men, but apparently it's just something that they've found in interviewing their users or surveying their users, particularly women. They're finding that age gap is less and less of an issue, and more people are willing to have what they call gen blend relationships, date a Gen Z and a millennial. Not that odd. In 2024 is what Bumble is predicting.
I'm for that. The older lady is going for the younger men.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Mixing it up a little bit. I would say, for me, it's never really mattered, the age of the lady. As long as she's like somewhere close to my age a little bit.
Kind of close.
Yeah, like in like my neighborhood, like on my street somewhere.
Well, what does that mean?
I would say for me, like no more than probably 5 years older than me.
Oh, okay. That's
Seems appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Seems about right.
What's interesting to me is now I'm in a relationship where the woman is older. My wife is older than me by several years. But
Would you consider like a cougar relationship
No,
or not
it's
quite
not
that much of an
No,
age
no,
age
no.
gap?
Not that much. But
You little young gentleman.
yeah, that's sure. That's one way to put it. It just surprises me when women, like they say they're open to dating younger men, right? But like when you actually put that into practice, there's usually such a divide of like if you're a 25-year-old woman versus a 20-year-old guy, your personalities and like your interests and where you are in life is wildly different in a way that in the majority of the time, in a way to me that doesn't seem like it would make for good relationship chemistry at all. But I don't know. Hey, maybe younger men are getting more mature more quickly now.
Because that's usually the thing. Is like the ladies always have been the more mature out of the pairing.
Yeah, more mature. They, I don't know, more career focused. But like they're more about. If I get the impression that they're more about business, and guys for later into life are still more about being meatheads.
Being more fun.
Yeah.
Not really as focused, probably.
Yeah.
Well, maybe men are becoming more mature. Is that what this means?
That could be it.
You think that you
could
would
be
be
it.
a good representation of that?
No.
No! No!
Would lean no.
I don't know why I had to think about that for so long.
I know. I
I'm not
had
very
the answer
mature.
keyed up
I'm
ready.
not very mature at all.
But you know what? You still scored an older lady.
I
so
did.
clearly she thought.
Yeah, well,
or
she's
maybe you fooled her.
Oh,
you
no,
trick her.
Maybe she's not very mature.
Oh, you're gonna talk about your wife that way. Okay.
Yeah. But that's I don't know. Maybe hopefully some people see that as an opportunity. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Swing older.
How do you spin this forward?
I would
how do
say-
you make this actionable?
Shoot your shot. If you are into an older A lady that's a little bit older than you.
That is smart.
Just shoot your shot. Why not?
I don't know that I always like telling guys, like, actually, you should ask out more women. But at the same time,
At this
don't
point,
write people off. Don't write people off.
yeah. If you feel there's some chemistry there,
Yeah.
maybe she's into you. Probably not, but maybe she is.
The answer is usually probably not, but there's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance.
If podcast awards were ever a thing, this show wouldn't win any. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I don't know if you've seen, there's been a rash of orca attacks lately out in the ocean
I have seen this.
where they've been taking entire boats down. Like, I don't know what they call them. Troops, pods. That sounds right?
Yeah.
Killer whales. And they've been circling like little yachts and things of that nature off the coast of Europe and Africa. And it's gotten so bad that people with boats are trying to find ways to deter these orcas from these random attacks. And so what they've come upon is using loud, heavy metal music playing through the speakers to keep the orcas away.
Really?
Yeah.
And that does it?
So far, anyways, there have been no known attacks of killer whales attacking boats playing heavy metal music, so it's working for now. Will it continue? What is it about the heavy metal music the orcas don't like?
Maybe they're intimidated by it. The
You think?
loud sounds.
Yeah, it could be.
This orca thing's pretty interesting. I've been watching this has been going on for the past year or so.
Yeah.
And you know, like the theory behind why they're like attacking the ships?
I don't know the theory. What
Because
is
this
it?
isn't like normal orca behavior. This is like never happened before.
Right. Yeah,
This is like-
orcas have always been in the ocean. There's
Yeah.
always been boats.
and they've never attacked ships before.
Yeah.
So the theory that a bunch of scientists have had is that there was one orca that was injured by a boat like a couple years ago
Yeah.
that has been like teaching the other orcas
No way.
to attack the ships. They said it's like this one orca that's like a revenge obsessed orca pretty much that's teaching them all that boats are bad because they got injured by one. And so now all these orcas are attacking other ships. That's the theory that a bunch of scientists have come out with.
That's
which
amazing.
is pretty wild.
Yeah. I don't know if I should be upset by that or what.
I think it's pretty impressive, but it's also kind of scary.
It
seems
scary.
like a mastermind orca.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like something from a movie.
Yeah,
where
it does.
But like, I guess it's the way that it's not like a movie is there's no way for us. Like, if it was a movie, then eventually there's probably like one orca out there that actually knows that humans aren't bad and boats aren't bad, and like it kind of has a showdown with the supposedly evil orca that's leading these bands of orcas to take down the ships. And they would have a confrontation, but then that evil orca be taken down somehow or convinced of the errant's ways. But that's not going to happen in real life.
Yeah, and they said as well that now it's not just that one orca that's like teaching. Like now it's like the other orcas. Now
Yeah.
it's spreading now. It's like adult are teaching like their baby orcas as well. And so it's a whole disaster in the ocean.
And the orcas are going to continue to do that. And then you think about it, the boats to defend themselves, our boats, we're going to make them more combative towards orcas, right?
Yep.
You're going to have to put like spears off of the side and stuff like that.
Seems like a pirate ship.
Yeah, like chicken wire all around. So they're going to have to.
Because they're just slamming into them.
Which is only going to make the orcas angrier.
Yep.
And so there's no end in sight for this. The orcas are just going to hate boats more. And there's no stopping the orcas. These are angry.
They're huge.
They're big. They're angry, and they've got nothing else going on. This is their
whole thing.
This is their singular focus. Is getting
They're
revenge.
getting food and they're flipping boats.
Yeah,
These guys are dangerous.
it's a problem out there.
Turn up the music. That's all you can do.
That is, yeah. If you're on a boat, make it loud.
Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
I've got another relationship pitfall, a foible, a mistake that could be made for you to avoid. This is particularly important if you're getting into a new relationship. You've started to get a little close with somebody.
Little spark.
Yeah.
Maybe spurring.
Yes. You might be a few dates in. You want to make sure you don't PMI.
PMI?
PMI.
Is that some sort of personal message?
PMI stands for premature intimacy.
They're telling you to wait a little longer, huh?
Yeah, but PMI, many people think of intimacy, and you think only, or the first thing that hops to mind anyways, is physical. And of course, you do want to postpone that. You don't want to jump into that prematurely. But it's not just that. Premature intimacy also means, like sharing intimate thoughts, feelings. Basically, you don't want to scare the other person, potentially scare the other person away by going too fast, saying, obviously, like the big thing would be saying, I love you too quickly. But
Pumping the brakes.
Yeah, you can't. We've said this before. There just wasn't a term for doing the wrong thing. But we've said before, you got to withhold some things.
A little mysterious.
Yeah. But now it's not just us saying this. It's a relationship practitioner, Georgia Grace, also chiming in on this. PMI, premature intimacy. It's similar because some people might think of the abbreviation TMI, too much information. They're very closely related.
I think in this instance as well, one of the most important things off the rip is you just can't be too interested right away. Like if you're giving them like your whole rundown of your entire life, all your intimate thoughts about them, they're going to get scared off. You can't act like this is the first girl that you've ever seen that's ever thought that you were cute.
Mm-hmm.
Or else she's going to think that you might be a little bit clingy.
That's right.
Moving too quick, too soon.
Who do you think is more likely to engage in PMI in a relationship?
This is tough. I think this is very situational.
You think so? It could
I think
man
it could
or
be
woman, either way?
Man or woman, yeah. I think it could go either way. Depending on the style in which the man or woman, and also like a lot of things they're thinking. Sometimes people are too ready for a relationship.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly
people
right.
really want a boyfriend or they really want a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want it too bad, that is not going to shine through in a good light.
Then see, what can happen with PMI, premature intimacy, is that you're right. You're too excited. And so you want to speed things along. And one like subconscious, I think it's not intentional, but a subconscious thing is like, well, if I tell them like really personal stuff,
they're going to like me even more.
Yeah, then like that'll really draw us closer together because they know so much about me. But that's actually like, again, some of that personal stuff, you definitely eventually should let them know, but that has to be at the right time in the relationship.
Play it cool.
That's right.
If you want it too bad, it's always, if you want a boyfriend or girlfriend too much, you're going to scare the other person off.
Yep.
Every single time.
This has happened to me.
You wanted it too bad. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's right.
You seem like the type.
Especially, I think for me, it was kind of a little bit of a rebound situation.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what can happen.
So what about with Angela? Were you cool? Cool, calm, and collected?
Apparently.
I can't be too sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't ask her.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.